I knew that I was making a difference. I knew that I was affecting change with helping with the grounds cleanup for the VFW. But it was once I went on that mission with them the following day where I just started seeing all the devastation around other towns. And I believe we had distributed for about 250 families. And that in itself was just my biggest moment in realizing this is bigger than what I thought and what I expected coming out here to Puerto Rico. Hi, my name's Gamalier Rosa, and I am the post commander for the VFW Post 754 in Amherst, Massachusetts. I arrived on Monday, October 16th. It was a mess. It was devastating. I mean, there was no power. You had no street lights, to the extent where the driving was just terrible. Even by the time which I arrived, which was October 16th, 2017, the curfew was still in effect. Joining with Warfighter DRT, because of them, I was able to help out the community, not just veterans, but the community in general as well, to the extent where there was over 100,000 meals and cases of water that were delivered in the time that they were there. So that was, I think that was the biggest asset once I arrived, because from that extent, we were also able to do food and water distributions for another VFW in the south of Puerto Rico. Once you hand them that case of water or that box of food, I mean, you can't help but to give them a hug or break into a few tears, anything along those lines, because you see what they're living through. There's some of the places, some of the houses that we went to, you could smell the mold from outside. You knew it was unsafe. I mean, there was newborns in some of those houses, and it was all the way up in a mountain. It was hard for even us to be in just regular sedans and things like that and try to get up that hill. Imagine all the families who didn't have a vehicle or even a bicycle to go into town and grab what they needed, or even the town being able to make it all the way up there with all the other sub-communities they needed to cover as well. I felt proud of being a VFW member because it was because of the VFW that I was able to accomplish a lot of the things that I accomplished, with getting out to Puerto Rico, with getting 2 generators that were donated by the National VFW in order for us to continue our operations. That was a huge step. I mean, just like in the military, if you take care of your soldiers, they'll take care of the mission. And that was my biggest concern there, knowing that it was so hot to the extent where cell phones were go crazy. They just wouldn't work. My phone it was very difficult for me to even post pictures or videos and things like that. And by being part of the VFW, that was what helped our base camp to receive electricity. And for a lot of the veterans, first responders, and the volunteers from Warfighter DRT to excel in the mission. There's times when a mission could end easily at 9 or 10 p.m. and the next day you're rolling out at 4 or 5 in the morning. I was very proud at the fact that I represented the VFW, but I was even prouder for the fact that I was able to represent my Massachusetts VFW in Puerto Rico. And that was all thanks to my VFW State Commander, Eric Segundo.